Our next construction is going to be of an equilateral triangle. We recently constructed an isosceles triangle, which is a triangle with two congruent sides. Now we are going to construct an equilateral triangle, which is a triangle with three congruent sides. So let's look. It says, using line segment A, construct an equilateral triangle given segment A. Excuse me. So it says, using the compass, find the length of segment A. So we would find the length of segment A. Then copy the segment A to the line segment at point A. See how line segment A, lowercase, point A is capital. Make a reference arc through line segment and label your new point B. Then it says, step 4, using the same line segment A, create a reference arc using point B. The intersection of the two arcs label point C. And then connect points A, B, and C. Make sure congruent marks are located. Okay, so let's get started. So we have line segment T. And we are going to measure this line segment. And actually, let's call this, that's fine. There is the measurement, the length of the line segment, because it goes through that, and it's the length there. Now we're going to come down here, and we're going to measure or label point A. And we're going to create, using the same length of line segment T over here, our point B. Okay, and that was step 1 and 2. Excuse me, 2 and 3. Apologies, 2 and 3. Now we are going to go to point A, and we're going to make our reference arc above. There's our arc. Rotate our paper. Going to move over to point B. Make our another arc. And at the location that both of those arcs intersect becomes point C on your triangle. Okay, and now we're going to take our straight edge and we are going to connect AC. We're going to connect BC. We're going to connect AB. And AB already has the line connected there for us. And this is an equilateral triangle because AC is congruent to BC, which is congruent to AB. And the way that you would write that is AC is congruent to AB, which is congruent to BC. Okay? I hope that makes sense, and they should be coming pretty easy for you. Then let's try the next one. We have line segment over here. I'm going to change this. I'm going to make this line segment UW because line segments typically have 2 letters, 2 endpoints. So we're going to measure line segment UW right here. And there's our measurement as we did with the protractor. Boom, one endpoint, there's the other endpoint. We're going to come down here. I'm going to label this one. I'm going to label this one M. So we're going to start at point M, and we're going to measure for our second point on our equilateral triangle. And we're going to name this point N. And then we have point M and point N. And since they're equilateral, we're not going to change the length at all. And we're going to create our arc. And we're going to rotate our paper. Now from point N, we are going to make our other arc. So now we have our third point. I'm going to call this point O in our equilateral triangle. Now we're going to connect point M and O. with a line segment. And we're going to connect point O and N with a line segment. And we're going to connect point M and N with the line segment that's already there. Just know. And our congruent markings, MO, and it should be line segment MO. I left that out earlier. Is congruent to line segment NO, which is congruent to line segment MN. Congruent statement there. Okay, I hope this clarified. Let me put my line segment AC, line segment AB, and line segment BC right there. You have 4 more. Keep practicing. Good luck.